The Haunted Hoard by Unknown, From Adventures into the Unknown, Number 2, December 1948, The Secret of Denning Mansion. Can a house be haunted? Really haunted? Jimmy Severn didn't believe it, but he was afraid of the gloomy, deserted old Denning Mansion. Its reputation had been a bad one, since old William Denning had been slain 30 years ago, throttled for the golden hoard he was supposed to have hidden. It had never come to light, but since then, there were whispers of mysterious happenings at the abandoned house. Strange lights, eerie shadows, and twice the bodies of men found, with nothing to indicate how they had met death. It was enough to make anyone give the Denning mansion a wide berth. Why then was Jimmy approaching it alone? The answer was a simple one. His widowed mother was poor, and they faced the loss of their home unless money could be gotten from someplace. And while people disagreed about whether or not old Denning's house was haunted, they all seemed pretty sure that somewhere within it was gold aplenty. Jimmy entered the creaking door, which hung crazily on its wrecked hinges, and made his way into a cobweb-festooned room. The dust of years lay thick on heavy paneling. Perhaps what he sought lay behind it. He had brought a crowbar with him, and the shriek of drawn nails gave him confidence. True, he hadn't found any money yet, but anyway, there were no ghosts around. Despite his newfound bravery, his heart leaped into his mouth as behind him he heard the unmistakable sound of a man clearing his throat. Whirling in gasping fright, he found himself face to face with a strange man, elderly and a bit old-fashioned in appearance, with dark, heavy brows and a mane of snow-white hair. His face bore an expression of terrible rage, but it faded before Jimmy's confused explanations that he hadn't meant to trespass, but had thought that nobody owned the old house. Fingering his throat, the old man finally smiled. "Reckon I won't be too hard on you," he said. "You're a young but tell me, why were you tearing up the walls?" Jimmy told him all about how he needed the money, and for what. The old man seemed lost in thought as he again fingered his throat absently. It seemed to be a habit with him. Then he said, "If you found the money and took it, it would be stealing, but at least you had an honest need for it, which is more'n you can say for a lot of others. Now, I knew old William Denning well, and he wouldn't have wanted you to suffer for this. Wait here, I got an idea." Leaving the room, he returned with a bag full of gold coins. "Here," he said, smiling. "It's some money I had, and it'll probably serve you as well. Never mind thanking me, I don't really need it. Just be off with you, and don't ever come back here again." Jimmy never went back to the old Denning mansion again, but he never forgot his benefactor. Some weeks later, Jimmy paid a visit to the town library, where he found Miss Scruggins, the librarian, excited over having found the last picture for the history of the town's notables that she was writing. Happily, she displayed it. It was a picture of William Denning, murdered master of the haunted house. He was elderly and a bit old-fashioned in appearance, with dark, heavy brows and a mane of snow-white hair. The room rocked about Jimmy as he recollected a man who had fingered his throat, a strangled man. And then the memory of a great kindness came to him, and once again the room was bright and sunny. The end?
The preceding thrilling story has presented for your enjoyment. This classic work is now in the public domain, making it freely available to be shared and appreciated by all. Some elements may appear outdated or insensitive by today's standards, but we present this work in its original form to preserve its historical context and literary significance. Sit back, relax, and indulge in this timeless tale. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Every bit helps this channel grow. Thank you.